a Gyaku Tsuki. Okay, just nice and light stepping forward Gyaku Tsuki, okay? So like not having any rotation, not having any pullback, making sure you're remaining square, yeah? Just step forward and punch like the Gyaku Tsuki. Okay, so make it like the same way you'd punch on the spot, yeah, exactly the same thing, just in time with the step. Things up tight, yeah, make it front foot. Yeah, in. Knee! Again, yeah. So like what I'm seeing a lot of, like we come to do this Kumite later on, it will become even more important than apparent here, but I'm seeing movement and then a punch. Movement and then you're punching afterwards. Well, like that doesn't work yet, guys. You just have to punch. Just punch and then even light. Make sure these are moving at a rate that are you finish in sync here. You don't have to be moving towards your opponent and not throwing it. Yeah. Each. Knee. Yes, like often Corey, you're landing like that, yeah. It may not look like it makes a huge difference, but like all of my weight is now going there. Yeah, but I want it to be going that way. Yes, make sure I've turned in. Ha! Pull back. Let's punch out. Cheat! That's my number one, remember. So second one, this time you're going to stretch, yeah? So you're going to allow that front foot to stretch. You're going to allow this back hip to turn out and then drive in, yeah? Make sure it's not done as a 1, 2. Make sure you're not leaning back or pulling this arm back. Like the feeling is your upper body staying square. Then the rotation of the hip is just allowing this to turn naturally and then you're driving in to the punch at the end. It's. Yeah, good. Try not to come up. Knee! Nothing. Yeah? The only reason that arm changes at all, like even then it doesn't change that much. But... Ha! Okay, number 3. This time, your front foot is going to go out, yeah? Not wide, not just forward, like on a slight 45 degree, yeah? Slight 45 degree, and then driving forward into the Gyaku Tsuki. Make sure on that first step, you're not changing anything in the upper body yet. Don't be opening, don't be pointing, don't be sticking your backside out. Literally just that touch. Just that touch, and then in. Let it itch. Don't point back. Yeah? Just step. Knee! And then fourth and final one. Kaizen Shinigata Gyaku Tsuki. Jacob, what's that? Good. Okay. So, with the spin, okay? So normally, like when we do spinning techniques, like because we want our weight to go, obviously, the direction we're turning. So with Shirigari, for instance, we'd be turning on the ball of the foot because I want my weight going in the direction of my opponent. Like with this feeling, it's not so much like you'd never like want to spin and try and punch someone with a straight technique like that. Yeah, really, really bad idea. But in terms of training, we're developing the ability to use that inner thigh muscle, that glute, getting this compactness so we can drive our technique in using those muscle groups, yeah? So like, this is why it's one of the reasons it's on our showdown syllabus, to show your ability to do that, yeah? So making sure, don't think you're lifting the toes, you're certainly not turning that foot out or having a wind up, squeezing, pushing, closing, and driving in at the end, yeah? Kaizen Shinigata Gyaku. Bench! Knee! So Jacob, the first thing I saw was that. Yeah. So it shows me 2 things, yeah? Well, first thing is like you've got a precursor, yeah? You've got a telegraph 2 step. But secondly, like if you squeeze that muscle, your foot can only go in one direction, yeah? It is impossible for me to turn that foot out and be squeezing this at the same time, yeah? They're antagonistic muscles, so that doesn't work. So if your foot's doing that, it tells me you're not doing that. Yeah, and the most important thing on this is that. Yeah. Yeah, okay, back to the first one. Yeah, so remember you are remaining shown. Yeah, remaining square. So you're pushing off that back leg, pulling through that front leg. The feeling is just like you're punching on the spot, just like you're punching on the spot, and then you're timing your step appropriately. Yeah, so you're not having a pullback, you're not having an open, you're not having a build up or a lean, just step and punch, light and quick. Punch! Knee! So again, even if this, like, obviously one of these combinations is syllabus, but like, even if it isn't, everything you two should be doing should be with July in mind. Yeah, you will fail, Jacob, if your stances like this. Yeah, you have, like, how old are you? 14, 15? Like, you have no excuse. Yeah, your stance should be like when I was training for my showdown. Like, there was no one faster than me in the room. Yeah, there was no one in the deepest stance, or at least in my head. Like, obviously not. Yeah, but like that should be everything you should be doing. Should be your best possible. Yeah, else July's not going to happen. Yeah, so like even like every single time you do anything, you should be like, shut up, July, shut up, July, shut up, July. What do I need to do? Oh, too high. Oh. Yeah. Stretching. Yeah. So, not as I said, when you do this, don't lean. Don't pull that right side back. Yeah. Simply by sending that front side forward, like naturally this side will come back slightly. Yeah. So it's that idea of that developing that stretch, short, and cycle. Like a baseball pitcher, you are opening to then close into the technique, yeah? So stretch out, stretch, and then drive in. Ready? Pitch! But don't stop, yeah? As soon as you stop, all of this plyometric force is gone, yeah? You've only got 0.16 seconds to make it work. So as soon as you reach sort of like the apex of that stretch, you've got to be letting it go. Knee! Try not to turn that foot out. Like, obviously, as your hip goes, that foot is almost certainly going to go with it, yeah? Don't do it. Ha! Yeah, not that. Hey! Okay, and then that double step, yeah? So, like I said, you were not stepping wide. You were not putting it back. You were not just going straight. 45. Keeping the upper body still. Upper body still and then driving straight. Hey! Knee! Step, yeah? Step. So you're using that to make that. Ha! This is like, do you remember a few weeks back? It's exactly the same feeling here. That touch is the punch. One more. Ha! We often find Kihon and Gyaku Tsuki spin. So, not coming wide yet. Like, I often use the analogy of the ballet dancer. Yeah, if any of you ever watch ballet dancers, but I think they're phenomenal athletes. Yeah. If they want to slow down the spin, their arms go wide. Yeah, if they want to speed up the spin, their arms are close. Yeah, because obviously like wind resistance, blah 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 blah. Exactly the same thing. Don't wide. Yeah, pull, close, and then drive it. It helps produce very rapid spin. Yeah, make sure the initiation is with that inner thigh, not turning out, squeezing it. Ready? Bench! Knee! Don't come up, Joe. And at the end, you have to drive, yeah? So don't just fall. Like, you have this bend driving forward. Ha! You step first. Where's that foot going? Yeah. Change! On the spot, Joe's just going to rotate and punch, yeah? What I don't want to see is a turn and then a punch, yeah? Feel like that hip, back leg drive, hip, elbow connection, and then in, yeah? Every time I count, Joe's just going to punch, yeah? Bow. Both sides, I think, forward, freestyle, you're right. Side facing me, you are punching, opposite side, just be a target. Arms out of the way, tighten your abs, no air in your lungs, just present the target. Ready? Hitch. So I don't want to see a turn and then a punch, yeah? Punch. Knee. Ta. The pull, look at this, it's a bit like, it's almost like your upper body, you're pulling your upper body back. Relax, yeah? Everything in, everything back. Gee! This time, Joe's going to thrust it, yeah? So a little bit further back, so we can't just reach. He's going to push off the back leg and hit, yeah? Again, as we were talking about in the basic, he's not moving and then hitting. You know, if I wanted to try left, I was moving towards Joe, and I was just moving, he just hit, yeah? So to try and negate that, he's just going to hit immediately, okay? Every time they hit, take the hit and then move a little bit back, yeah? First side punching, ready? Hitch. Good. Knee. Don't move and then hit. Hit. Ta. Okay, third and final one. Go face. Okay. This time, Joe's going to be punching. Joe's front leg is going to go to the side. So his left leg is going to go left. and then Gyaku. Okay. So left, the step is left, right, yeah? In terms of step, left, right. Punches with the backhand, yeah? So in the Kihon and Kumite, in a bit more of a freestyle situation, breaking and then coming in. Okay? Make sure. We'll talk through this one as we go along. Bow. So both sides left leg forward, yeah? So the first side, as we said, your left leg is going to go left, yeah? Your left leg is going to go left. From here, your right leg is going to step and punch with the left hand. So virtually the same as what we were doing in Kihon, yeah? Just in a more freestyle way now, yeah? Ready? Each. Yeah, good. And then we've got our right leg forward, yeah? Then we've got our right leg forward. So now from here, our right leg is going to go right. Right leg goes right, step with the left, punch with the right. Knee! That's a carrot. Yeah, good. Then we've got our left leg forward. So just think the step is left, right. Left, right. And punch with the left. Ah! That's the yeah. Then right left. Ready. Change. Yes, good, Bianca. Good. Second side, you're punching. Left leg forward. Good. And those are our 3. Okay? So jump. So just a few things, yeah? So as we said on the first one, Joe is just going to immediately punch, okay? He's not going to be so close. He's just going to stick his arm out. There's not going to be any telegraph, like at his full rotation. Like his arm isn't fully outstretched. He's still got a little bit, so he could go through. So what is, like you can have heat play if you need, bring his hand up, like allow that vacuum to come up if you need, whatever, yeah? But Joe's just going to punch and straight back. Okay, 4-4 with the right each, change legs, 4-4 with the left. Okay, bow, off you go. Really, really important point here. And Donna, not to pick on you, but just so you do this. When I push my left leg forward, do I want my right side to come back? No. So when you're punching like you're doing something like this, yeah, when his right side is coming too far back, yeah? So like we often use the analogy of like a door hinge, yeah, where you're rotating around that hip, but it's not coming backwards from that point here. That's remaining still, and you're just rotating around that point. Of course, there are times when we can use that pull to make power, but this isn't one of them, yeah? We just want to try and keep that still, rotate around that point, yeah? Bow, change! And then we're on to the second bit. See, I'm bullying and then it's the punch, so it's fair. It's fair. Yeah, don't scratch up you. Joe's going to push in, yeah? So similar, he's still not going to move and then punch it. He's not going to telegraph, he's not going to step, he's not going to open, he's just going to push off that back leg and in. Every time he hits, I'm just going to move back. Every time he hits, I'm just going to move back, yeah? 4-4 with the right, change legs, 4-4 with the left, don't show. Go! And then third and final drift. So this is the only one where you're going to change legs throughout, yeah? So Joe has his left leg forward to start, double step, and then we've both got our right leg forward, double step, yeah? One really, really important point, we'll come to do this in the, one really, really important point here, I'll do it to you. When I do the step, the first step, when I do the step, I'm not just putting my foot in. Yeah? I am not going backwards. Yeah? I am not putting this foot anywhere that will disable this second punch. Yeah? So this first step is breaking off. Yeah? So the feeling is like Joe's going to react to my movements. I'm here. And then I'm there for the second punch. Okay? So making sure this first punch is breaking the line and putting you in a position where you can launch that counter. Okay, thanks, Joe. So left, right, and then back. Yeah, 4-4. Off you go. Okay. So a little bit of speed training, a little bit of reaction training. Joe is going to initiate. So the first, if you are punching with your right, you will aim to your right, both sides. Yeah, to avoid a clash. Okay. So Joe is going to punch to his right. I'm going to punch to my right. As soon as I see Joe move, I'm going to try and beat him to it. Okay. So the first one is just on the first one is the hardest. Yeah, the first one is the hardest because there's no movement. Joe's just going to rotate, and I've got to try and beat him to it. Okay. That's the first one. Then a little bit further back. Again, like try and keep to your side. Yes, I'm going to punch right. Joe's going to punch right. As soon as I see Joe thrust, I'm going to try and beat him to it. Yeah. Third one is the hardest. The step is the same. Left. No. Left. Yeah. So each time it's the same. Yeah. Joe is going to initiate, and I'm just going to try and get there first. Okay. If you are always punching, so I'm always going to try and punch my right with my right hand, aim to my left with my left hand. Yeah. Just to avoid that clash. Okay. So there, Joe goes. This time you are starting further back, okay? Because remember, you're both thrusting forward, yeah? So you're going to be a little bit further back. Again, this one's going to be a little bit easier for me because I have more time. But of course, it also means I know I am moving forward onto Joe's punch here. So again, this is that idea, really, really important. I can't just move and then punch because, of course, I'm walking onto that technique here. So as soon as I see Joe move, I'm actually going to try and beat him to it. Okay? Thank you, Joe. So exactly the same thing, a little bit further apart. When I count, Jacob's side is going to initiate the punch. David's going to try and react. Remember, please punch to your right side, yeah, to avoid a clash. It's really, really important. When Joe thrusts, I am not just on the spot. I am matching what Joe does. So if it's the first one, I match. If it's the second one, I match. When it's the third one, I match. Yeah? So it's 3 each of the first one. Okay? All of this is going to be done from stationary. Okay? So you can't feint, you can't move, you can't use your movement to try and disguise. You're just going to be on the spot. So it has to be that burst of speed, that initiation, that good technique to disguise your attack. Yeah? So Joe's going to initiate. Remember, he's going to aim to his right. Joe's going to try and punch me first. I'm going to try and react fast enough that I get there first. Okay? You're not like, don't smash them. Yeah? This is like speed. This is reaction. Yeah? But just try. As soon as you see them move, get there first. Okay? Thank you, Joe. 3 each of the first one. Then 3 each of the second one. So remember, you are far enough back, not just so that Joe's distance is right for the thrust, but because I'm going to be matching you. Again, this is reaction drill, so perhaps not like totally realistic distance, but just to make it work. Yeah. So again, as soon as I see Joe move, I'm going to try and get there first. Yeah. At the very least, at the same time. At the very least. As I said, what I don't want you to do is move on to the punch and then hit after. Yeah. Again, remember, the feeling is as soon as I start moving forward, it's my hand which is leading the way. Yeah. As soon as I see Joe move, I'm punching. Yeah. And that's bringing that back leg along to the right. Okay. 3, 3. Kelly side is initiating first. Donna side initiating second. Guys, just come to the center a little bit more. Second one, guys. Off you go. The third and final one. Left, right. Left, right. Okay. Person initiates in. I'll do it, Joe. Don't cheat. Where you just step in. Because of course Joe isn't going to beat me to that. Yeah. We are both sideways and then in. Okay. So both of us are breaking the line and then trying to get back in quickly enough to beat him to it. As I said, Joe is never gonna beat me to the punch. Like, Joe is never gonna beat me to the punch if I'm just going forwards. Yeah, that is not what we are doing. Sideways in, as we were doing in the Kihon. As soon as that foot touches, I'm going forward. Okay, thank you, Joe. So, guys, Joe reacts as soon as he sees me move. So, for instance, on the second one, if Joe sees this, he's going to hit. Yeah? On the second one, if Joe sees this, he's going to hit. On the first one, if Joe sees this, he's just going to hit. Yeah? Some of you are waiting for this punch to be coming play. No. The rule is, as soon as I move, Joe hits. That's it. Yeah? Joe just has to beat me to it. If I'm doing it wrong by telegraph, that's my fault. Yeah? Even on the third and final one, yeah, where Joe is doing the stump step. If I'm here and Joe starts moving and I've got late, well, again, that's my fault. Yeah? Joe react as soon as he sees me twitch. Joe's going to try and cut me down. Yeah? Thank you, Joe. So again, that way you're training that immediate reaction and attacking. You're trying to get rid of that. Oh, he's caught me. I must have done something. Yeah? Like, we're trying to get rid of that telegraph. Yeah? Very fast. Make sure you are punching to your side. You are punching to your right. You are punching to your left. Do not clash. Very fast. Go! If you are hesitant, you will get hurt. Okay? Just looking down the line. Yeah? Of course, like, I was going to say no one likes getting hit. I love getting hit. I'm weird like that. But, like, if you are doing this sort of exercise and you're going in and you're a little bit like, oh, I know a punch is coming, you are going to get more hurt. Yeah, it's like we always talk about, like when we're doing freestyle or sparring or something like that, and you start turning and dropping your head, like that is when you will get hurt. Yeah, like, I'm trying to think. I've been doing karate for a long time. I have never been injured fighting in the dojo, ever, 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 ever. Yeah, I've done full contact, but I've never been injured fighting in the dojo. Yeah, I've had injuries from karate training and just like, you know, wear and tear. I've never been injured fighting in the dojo. Yeah, I guarantee if you start hesitating and worry about getting hit, that is when you will get hurt. Yeah, sometimes you've just got to go forward and trust your partner's control. Yeah, but if you were turning your head or dropping your head, like your opponent isn't expecting that. Yeah, your opponent isn't expecting your head to be there, for you to be leaning back, for you to be opening your chest and like exposing your like your quite vulnerable sternum to a hard hit. Yeah, like this is not a thick bone. Yeah, your skull is very thick. Some of us thicker than others. That's there. But this will break quite easily. Yeah, these will break quite easily if you're not protecting it. If you're doing stuff like this, you are not protecting yourself. Yeah, just go forward, and as I say, trust your opponent's control. Yeah, but as I say, if you are hesitant, you will get hurt. Okay, and you may not think I can spot it. It's so easy to see. It really is so easy to see. And if I can see, like I can always tell if someone doesn't fight me. It doesn't want to fight me. Yeah, and if they don't want to fight me, happy days. Yeah, whether it's the dojo competition, a grading. Like if you're doing your grading and I'm sat there going, "Oh, I want this," like then you're fake. You know, I'm just using you as an example, because you're grading in July, yeah. But like it is so easy to spot. Yeah. Whereas if you're just there, and then you've got like that's what we want. Yeah. Hesitate, you get hurt. Okay, go at them and trust your partner. Yeah, but like guys, it's karate. Yeah, like you're gonna get hits. Get used to it. Learn to love it. Bow. Trade.